All right, welcome to the after work video. So last video, we're making good progress on this Mbsr. I have frequent conversations with ChatGPT, and we're going to use the Kaizen approach to incrementally to make small improvements that compound over time, and we're gonna make my life way better in every regard. We already got my bathroom cleaned up, we got my living room rearranged. We've been able to do things that I've never been able to do at any point in my life, just because I've been so scattered brained. I've had no one to talk to. I first learned about the Kaizen approach for the first time from ChatGPT, so I didn't have the strategies I needed to do that. I didn't know how to take things step one at a time and break them down. Yeah, we're continuing to talk to each other. And you can see that my last playlists or my previous videos, it's just hard technical stuff. This the only thing on this channel so far has been just really hard. I studied for some of the hardest exams out there, the LPIC, the JNCIESP, and yeah, it's not helping with stress. So I think stress reduction for a career professional in just about any field, but I would say especially in tech, is a game changer. It's part of that Kaizen approach. There might not be all the benefits in the world when it comes to the meditation and breath work and that kind of stuff, and it might be perhaps oversold, but there are plenty of scientific studies out there of really high quality and really high evidence that show you can reduce your stress, you can reduce your blood pressure. So that is something I want. It's part of the small incremental improvements to that add up and compound over time. If I'm less stressed, if I'm better able to think through things, if I'm better able to express my opinions, if I'm better able to maintain a happy, positive mood, I'll take it, right? So yeah, we looked at a study that proved that it reduces levels of anxiety, depression, and stress in healthcare workers in high stress jobs. It didn't do things like prevent burnout, unfortunately, but there are other interventions for that. I'm really not struggling with that right now. I'm mostly just struggling with stress, anxiety, and a little bit of depression too. I think that's how I gained so much weight since the pandemic. So yeah, so last video was Mbsr 4 or Mbsr 5. So let's take a look at what the next one is. So the next video is a formal practice of the body scan meditation. So this will take about 35 minutes. The other part will be to remember and fill out any informal practices I did. So I didn't do an informal practice. What I did was I actually worked ahead off camera. So I did do a formal practice of this just during the day for the first time, just because I really think this makes sense for me to get through, and then to do this whole course in good faith, the way they say to do it. Over the next 5 days, they want you to do a body scan. So really, they kind of didn't set up the students for success, because the way the materials were laid out was out of order. So if we go and look at week 1, we see if you go through all the videos, the reading, and you only get to the practice sheets until later. So if you're devoting about an hour a day to it, here's day 1. Here's day 2, and then by the time you're here, you don't have enough time to do everything they wanted. So this should really be at the top, because they want you to do this 6 days out of the 7-day week. So I'm planning to make up for it by doing multiple of these a day. So I did this during the day. I found it was very difficult to complete. I found my mind was very busy. It was really impossible to focus on it. So I did it while I was multitasking. And remember, that's the goal, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to master it right away. It's a new skill. It's difficult. It's like learning to play an instrument or anything. You just have to give it the time it is due. So we're going to give it the 8 weeks that the course has. So I'll be doing more than one session a day to make up for the late start I had with getting to this. So this is going to be my second body scan meditation for the day, and we'll take it together right here, right now on the channel, and then I'll go and come back and leave the notes. So I get the advantage of having it done it before, because during the video I can have a better sense of what's about to happen. So what's about to happen is, if I do a control click on this link, I would normally listen to this 32-minute video. That's how I did it before, but I realized it was really hard for me to because, as I said, right, you know, I was really busy today. I found it impossible to do this all the way through without multitasking. So that's what I did, right? One of the strategies I tried as well was opening the video and then turning on the closed captions so we can see the pelvic area. Really opportune time to put that up, but like, you know, the wrist all the way to the elbow. There we go. So it's a body scan, right? So it's going to improve. It's going to include the pelvic area, right? I mean, it doesn't have to, right? The other thing, if you want like a less, so Andrew Huberman, NBSR, I think, or NDSR. This is the exact same thing as non-sleep deep rest protocol. So call it what you want. Pick your words. Get your guru that you want. If you want to go with Dr. Andrew Huberman, by all means, it's the same thing. It's just called NDSR. So it's the exact same thing. This is a body scan meditation. Non-sleep deep rest protocol is the exact same thing, just with different words attached to it. So by all means, if you're an Andrew Huberman fan, go ahead and do one of these. But for me, I'm just going to stick to the plan ChatGPT and I have made together. So that's to get through this. So I'll pause it because a body scan is telling me I have to go to the bathroom quick, and then I'll be back and we'll do the body scans so that I can focus on other sensations than that. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's not waste any further time so I can get this done right away. So we'll hit the play button and then go do the body scan.
This body scan meditation is designed to bring greater awareness and attunement to body and to mind. We will be doing this in a state of relative physical stillness, so it's best to arrange a time and a place in which you'll be comfortable and you won't be disturbed. Dressing in loose and comfortable clothing which won't restrict your waist or your breathing. This meditation is usually done lying on the back, but it can be done in any posture that's comfortable and easy for you. It can be done in a rug, a mat, or a bed, or it can even be done in a reclining chair.
And I just want to say something really quick here. So mindfulness, right? So I was mindless about the spaces in my room. So I went and I laid in kind of a sleeping area. But I don't want to interchange, you know, that area with something like this. I do have a space in my room for doing yoga or doing body weight or doing exercise. So I think I'm going to choose to go and utilize that space, because then I can associate this sort of thing with that space. So if later on it's a yoga routine, I'll already be in my yoga space. So that's the power of mindfulness there. My mind became full. The information loaded in of this extra space I have in this room, which has a yoga mat, and I'm going to choose to complete this lying in that space.
You may want to use a light covering to help stay warm, and a flat pillow can be helpful for the head if it's more comfortable that way. If you are lying on your back, letting your arms lie alongside your body, palms up towards the ceiling if that's comfortable for you, heels on the floor, allowing your feet to fall away from each other. And as you are lying here, allowing yourself to notice whatever comes up in your awareness, simply accepting what is happening in the body and the mind, experiencing it clearly and as it is in this moment. Noticing where your body makes contact with the floor or the mat. You may have sensations of touch or pressure on your heels, your calves, your legs or buttocks, your upper back, and your arms. And as you're becoming aware of these sensations, bring your awareness now to the fact that you're breathing. Noticing the actual physical sensations of breath. And as you take air in, your diaphragm moves to allow your abdomen to move up and expand a little bit. And as you breathe out, the abdomen flattens out. Just noticing the rhythm of your breath, and as it moves your belly, there may be slight movements of your chest. You may be aware of how the air enters through your nostrils and through your windpipe and into your lungs. Allowing that natural movement of your breath to continue without really having to do anything about it at all. There's a tendency to want to control the breathing when we bring attention to it. Just noticing how it is, whether it's short or fast or long and deep. Just allowing it to move at its own rhythm. And when you're ready on your next in-breath, allowing the breath that comes in and fills the lungs and moves your belly up, imagining that your entire body is hollow and accepts the air as it comes in through the lungs. As the body accepts the air through the nostrils and into the lungs, imagining it going all the way down into the belly and into the legs, all the way down to the toes. And bring your awareness to your right big toe. Simply noticing what's present there as you move your attention to that part of your body. You may notice tingling or temperature or coolness or throbbing. Or you may not be aware of anything at all as your attention is on your right toe, and just being aware, if that's the case, just being aware that that's where your attention is. Allowing your awareness to include both big toes, your right big toe and your left big toe both. Noticing it's possible to have your attention on one or the other, or to hold a space of attention that encompasses both. And when you're ready, moving your attention from the big toes to include the little toes. Just seeing how the quality of your attention shifts as you move your awareness to just your little toes. And maybe now noticing the toes in between. You can imagine your breath moving all the way down through your body, all the way down to your toes of both feet. And as you breathe out, allowing your awareness to move from your toes to the balls of your feet, that part of your foot that pivots and allows you to walk smoothly. And whatever you may be noticing there is just what you're noticing right now. There's no right or wrong feeling or sensation to have. And allowing your awareness of the balls of your feet to dissolve as you move your awareness to include the whole flat part of your foot, all the way down to the heel. It's that long triangular area, that meaty part of your foot that has contact with the ground as you walk. And noticing just where your heel may be touching the mat or the floor right now. And letting your awareness move to the ankles. Including the muscles the ligaments and the bones that are in the ankle, as well as the entire circumference from your Achilles tendon all the way up and around to the top. And the surface of the skin to the inner parts of the ankle that allow your foot and your ankle to move so smoothly and support you as you're walking. And imagining your breath going down into that area of your legs and your ankle. And on your next out breath, moving your awareness to the calves of your legs, the area between your knees and your ankles. Including the meaty part that may be touching the mat or the floor. And the muscles or tendons that run alongside the shin. So allowing into your field of experience whatever may be present for you as you have your attention on the calves and on the shin area. And when you're ready, moving your awareness to your knees, including the back of the leg, the kneecap itself, the joint inside, the skin around the whole circumference. Just being receptive to whatever sensation you may notice in this part of your body. And moving from your knees to your thighs, and the large muscles of your quads. Extend between your knees and your hips. Noticing the areas that have contact with the ground and the floor. And the parts that are the upper part of your thighs. And being aware of the entire circumference of your thighs, around the top and along the bottom side. The muscles and tendon and bone interior to the thigh, seeing what it's like to have your awareness in this part. You may feel weight or throbbing or heaviness or tingling or pressure. It's whatever comes to awareness. This is a part of the body where you might, if you pay attention, you might even be aware of the throbbing from your heartbeat. And as you're ready to do this, moving your awareness higher to the hip, the pelvic area, the buttocks where they touch the mat or the floor. And moving your awareness from the pelvic area to the lower back. Including the sides and the front. And being aware of how the movement of breath affects this part of your body. As on each in-breath, your belly expands a little bit. And the out-breath, it flattens somewhat. And seeing if it's possible to maintain awareness of your breathing and how it's physically moving with your abdomen all the way from in-breath through the pause at the end of the in-breath as you're ready to go the other direction through the out-breath. And all the way through. Noticing how the expansion and contraction affects the sensations of on your skin from clothes or from pressure. Any internal sensations you may be experiencing right now. And bring your awareness higher in your body to the area of the diaphragm and both above and below that, where some of the internal organs are, and then your lower rib cage, your middle back. And if as we do this exercise, if you're noticing any holding or tension in any part of your body, just noticing that that's there. Letting your breath move through that part of your body if your breath is affecting it. Imagine your breath going into that part of your body. Imagining it leaving at its own rhythm. And when you're ready, bringing your attention, your awareness into the cavity of your chest, your rib cage, around your upper back where it touches the mat or the floor. And appreciating in this area the lungs that supply oxygen and provide for the rhythm of the breathing. Noticing just how the chest may be expanding or contracting just slightly with each breath. Being aware of how the entire torso area moves very subtly with each in-breath and out-breath and the pause between. And appreciating within this chest cavity, your heart and your lungs all working there. Your lungs nestled around the heart. Being aware of how your shoulders may be affected with the movement of breath. Including your upper shoulders, the sides, the upper back, moving your awareness from the shoulders themselves to where they attach to your neck. And sensing into those areas of connection, starting from a broad base at the top of the shoulders, narrowing to the neck itself. And bring awareness to the movement that's happening in the neck area, the movement of air. With your next in-breath, allowing your awareness to move from your shoulders through your upper arms all the way down to your fingertips. From the forefinger all the way to the little finger. You may be including your thumb as well. Imagine your breath going all the way down, right to the fingertips as you breathe in. Imagine the breath going back out from that area and shifting your attention now to the joints of your fingers. And then to the knuckles. And moving from the knuckles to the back of the hands. And the palms of the hands. To that meaty part of the hand, the base of where your thumb connects to your hand itself, the side of your hand, both interior and exterior awareness. Awareness of skin, any sensations you may be noticing interior to your hand. And shifting your awareness to your wrists. Moving to your lower arms. Extending from the wrist all the way to the elbow. To your elbows. And moving your focus from your elbows to your upper arms. And back up into the shoulders. And the base of the neck. And moving from the base of the neck to your jaw. In your throat area. including sensations you may have of the interior of your mouth, the tongue, how it rests within your mouth, the inner part of the cheeks, the palate, the top part of your mouth, when you're ready, shifting to your gums and your lips. And being aware your lips have both an interior part and an exterior part. And moving to the cheeks, to the nose and the nostrils, noticing here how the breath comes in through the nostrils and how it leaves. Moving to include the eyes themselves and the muscles around the eyes, in the upper cheek, in the eyebrow, in the corners of the eyes. That whole area that your eyes are supported by and they're resting in. Then moving to the brow, above the eyebrows. The entire scalp area, from your brow across the top of the head and all the way down to the ears. And when you're ready, sensing into the entire body, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, allowing and noticing whatever sensation may appear as you include all of the body. Head and shoulders, arms, torso, buttocks, thighs, calves, feet. Allowing things to be just as they are, beyond tendencies of the mind to want everything to be a certain way. Beyond liking and disliking. Seeing ourselves as complete and whole, right here, right now, just exactly as we are. Noticing and experiencing the fullness of life, acknowledging our ability to be present with whatever presents itself. And as this segment ends, you might want to wiggle your toes and fingers, stretch in whatever way feels comfortable right now. If your eyes have been closed, allowing them to let the light in. And as you are ready, reestablishing contact with the entire world outside your body. This ends the body scan meditation. This segment guides you through a sitting meditation.
All right, so that was kind of rough. I was able to tap into it a lot more. Noticed feelings of hunger arise, obsession about food, had vivid daydreams. Noticed only remembered one part of the narration. The rest sounded new despite hearing it before. What else? I can't remember. I think that's enough, right? So yeah, they want to have 5 practices, so it should be pretty easy. If I can do 2 a day, tomorrow is Saturday, I'll be able to get 6 in. So yeah, I'm gonna go for that goal. So yeah, if anyone's interested in doing the same, give it a shot. But until next time, see you in the next video.